Now, my next question was, y'all, how does it feel to become, how does it feel to be nominated this for A7?
Awesome. I think to us, even if you win or don't win, is people recognizing and acknowledging your hard work and you giving of yourself and putting it out there to the industry. So to me, it's just great to be recognized.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, I'm trying to think. I got so many questions that I can just, but I don't like to ramble because, like, this interview is about you all ladies and about the transition that you all ladies went through. And I think a lot of times when you see people, entertainers, you know, it's that old cliche where they're not touching. You can't touch these people, you know, because of their status or because of their profession. And we did an interview a week ago, and I was trying to tell the viewers that, you know, these are people as well. If you treat them like people, they can't do nothing but treat you the same. Y'all had any bad experiences?
Oh, yes.
And how did you handle that? Because I know it's time.
Well, it's interesting because we were having lunch today with my mother earlier, and we were talking similar things like that about how some people say that people in the industry are nasty and snobbish or whatever. And I used to think that too, even though I'm in the church and singing, and there were a lot of people in the church, high artists, you know, I would speak to them or whatever, and they would have a snobbish attitude or whatever. And then when we started going through different things, and I started understanding why some people take the standoffish, don't touch me, way about themselves. And then I decided, well, I'm not going to let one bad experience cause me to go that way, or 20 bad experiences, whatever. Some people, because I remember when we were younger, my sister Nisi had just sang and did a solo or something, and this guy walked up to her and said, you the one just sung that song, aren't you? She said, yes. He said, wham! Just like that. He hit her so hard, tears just came. And I looked at this man like, why did he do this? Why did he do that? So, but Nisa just said, it's all right, you know, because she's very sweet and mild. She's very sweet and mild. And I was younger, and so I didn't retaliate or anything like that, but stuff like that has happened. You've had people want to find out who you are, and then they try to do facetious things. Then you have people that want to find out who you are, and they nag you or whatever, you know. So people get into those different type of don't touch me, don't let them speak to me or whatever. So I think we should find a balance. You know, it is time that we get a new name that you can't touch that one, you can't touch that one. Find a balance. Even though you're going to have some people that will cause you want to do that, you know. So I have a balance. Hey, you know, speak to them, you know, give them a moment to really ask a question or whatever. And then say, I've enjoyed talking to you, but I really need to leave. I really want to go now, you know. And if they get very persistent in not leaving, then you just do what you have to do or get someone to remove them from your area or whatever. And then go on. But don't just straight out think everybody's going to be crazy and everybody is out for your money. Everybody don't want your money. Some people want to know how you've gotten where you are. Some just want to know how can I better myself or whatever. You know what I'm saying? They're not necessarily out to do you harm.
Right.
You know,
that's not the job, but what about the time we drove all the way to Detroit, Michigan?
Yeah.
And what? Daddy rented the van? And the man and the people that said they had a fire? A fire or something?
Oh, that was New York.
New York.
We drove to New York. 24 hours.
Could not pay us our money.
Right.
Couldn't give us nothing. And so this man was watching us.
Yes.
But we went on the same.
Yes.
We went on there and performed. We had 45 minutes?
No, we did one song.
We had one song?
And then the bishop said, tell them why you won't be able to
okay,
perform.
Right.
Because you're not getting your money.
We drove from Atlanta.
And the man that was in the audience, he owned a record store.
Yes.
I can't remember his name. Lord Jesus.
Daniel.
First name is Daniel.
Yeah.
But he said he went out and made a call.
Yes.
He said, I have a friend that's having a party where they have a lot of food. And I called him. He said, I can bring you all. So I know you all will be able to eat.
Yeah.
He said, and do y'all mind? We said, no, we don't mind. So he took us to the friend's house, big, beautiful mansion. And we sat there and we had dinner with them. Then as we was leaving, he put $100 in our hands. He said, now, this will get you home and maybe get you a sandwich before you get home. And it did. But we will never forget him.
Yes.
And then we went to one concert. We drove 18 hours, and it was a convention. And they put us up during the offering. When the offering and everything was over, the concert was over, the person gave us a brown paper bag and told my brother, hold this bag. And he was holding the bag. And she dumped all the change in it from the offering. She said, that's yours. So we had to drive all the way back, 18 hours, counting quarters, nickels and dimes, to get sandwiches, to get gas.
Yes.
And when we got home, I think the bag was empty.
Yep. So don't eat to my house.
So you had hard times, but you know what? What kept us from being so bitter, when we would get home and tell mother, she would go into prayer, she would go into intercession, and then when she finished praying, she would tell us, when God come through sweeping wrong, he's getting wrong.
Yes.
So don't you get wrong. God's going to hold you accountable for the way you respond.
That's right.
Not accountable to what they did to you, but the way you respond. And when she said he's going to sweep all wrong, I just saw a big broom coming through the I was able to leap over that broom.
Because the thing that get me is because I'm younger and I didn't experience a lot of these things, but I hear the stories and can't help but be angered by them, because it's like, how dare you? And it's not that these were just people that just admired your ministry and wanted you to come, but these were like high officials in the church that my family has served for generations. So that was very disheartening. That's why I'm not a part of that affiliation at all. Some of them still hold on, but it angers you, because it's like, oh my God, you were part of the church, not just a part of the church, but you're a high-ranking official, and to just give somebody the change from an offering. It's bad enough to put you up during the offering because nobody is paying attention.
Right.
That's social time.
Right.
But then to give you the change from the offering,
All the change.
that's like giving dogs scrap from the table.
Yes.
But it's all good.
Offering time is like what intermission?
Yeah.
World.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so like, oh God, nobody's really listening to us.
Yeah.
But it's even just to separate change from, my mom used to work in finance, in the financial department of the church.
Yeah.
Just to separate the change itself,
It's a task.
it's a task.
Yeah.
So for me, that's like, wow. That is,
Yeah.
whoa. But I know one thing my mom always told me is that, because I used to always ask different questions about church. Mom, why this person don't preach like Daddy? Or why they don't preach like Pastor Miller? Or why this person doesn't do this? And my mom said, she said, I'm going to tell you one thing and one thing only. It's all about obedience. It's not about how you feel. It's not about what you like. It's about being obedient to His word.
Yes.
And that's it.
Awesome.
If you're obedient to His word, then everything else falls into place.
She told you right.
So I try to live by those words.
Yes.